project, we worked at me and Margarita worked at the Minuet Group. It's a HR consulting firm. And at the firm, we really focused on different aspects of HR technology and insights that we gained while researching and looking at the industry as a whole. So first off on the cover sheet, we want to thank Alex and the Minuet Group for giving us the opportunity. This is the final deliverable, but we really, learned a lot of insights in terms of research, just the sector as long. We learned about a lot that we think will help us in our future. We would love to work with them in the future. In our final deliverable, we're going to be talking about our database, which has 500 prominent HR companies. Our PowerPoint's going to talk about subcategories and, companies and specific visuals that stood out. And we really thank them for the opportunity. We thank Professor Yu also for giving us the opportunity to work within the internship and class format. So for the project scope, the main focus around the project was simply creating a database, right? We want to form a database of about 500 prominent HR companies. We also wanted to, within this database, have KPI visuals, right? These KPI visuals were very helpful. They're also known as key product indicators. And we believe that these graphs would be related to the HR sector, would be of use to our client. So the objective was simple. We wanted to narrow down our database of about 500 companies to a specific sector, specific companies that stood out. It could be on demographic, it could be focused on revenue, it could be focused on funding. There were a lot of things we could focus on. We also had these KPI visuals, which really talked about how many companies were being formed per year. We had talking about funding for each sector, revenue. So we felt that both these would give us guidance and making recommendations for future projects for this company. So our methodology was simple. We used 4 methods for this project. The first method was Google Sheets. So we had topics from our database and we wanted to use Excel, but we wanted to use an application that everyone could edit it on. We had about 8 people in our group. So we utilized this source, basically Google Sheets, just to form this database. And then I was the owner of it, and I sent it to everyone and they would edit it. The second source that we used was GetLACA. GetLACA is a tremendous source. This was basically the core of our database. We literally used this source to research all these companies. And GetLACA had info from revenue, funding, key employees, the origin of these companies. And this was really the core of our database, because we got all our info from this sites. We also used Crunchbase, which was a backup. So if GetLACA didn't have funding, we go to Crunchbase for that. And obviously we used LinkedIn because LinkedIn was a great source. When we were using the database, we wanted to put in for the key employees there if we decide in the future to connect with them. So what we would do is go to LinkedIn, locate the URL, paste it into the database. So for future plans.